Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Speed Build Sunday. So today I am building a beautiful jungle villa, I am calling it, because I was doing this house on stream, typical, right? But I wanted to build something that I don't usually do, and I never, ever play with Jungle Adventure. I don't know why, but I just don't really care for the whole, adventuring of the jungle aspect. I think it's a little bit repetitive, but I love the build items in this pack, and for some reason I just never use them. So I tried here today to build this little villa place that your Sims can come visit on vacation. It's a little expensive to rent. It costs like 650 simoleons to rent, I think, which is kind of a yikes, but it's got 3 bedrooms, and you could fit at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sims, because there's 2 double beds and 2 single beds. At minimum 4 Sims. Like it's a good sized house for families to like come hang out, like 3 kids, the parents coming having a good time and whatnot. I don't know. I love the outside of this house too. Like I did some really cool things with the landscaping and like some fountains and stuff, and it's got a pool and the view is gorgeous and it's just a fun place. Okay? I was proud. Let me have this. It took me like an hour and a half to do also, which is pretty short for me, but I think it's because I only use Jungle Adventure in the base game in this one. I keep doing that, but I want these builds to be accessible to you guys, and so now if you have Jungle Adventure, like you can play in this build. Like it doesn't have anything else in it, so you're good to go, you know? And also, I'm building it right now on that 30 by 20 lot that's kind of in the city center area, if that makes sense to you, if you know what I'm talking about the world. But actually, it looks ugly there, and so I ended up moving it when I took screenshots to the other one, like farther back in the jungle. These things don't make sense, but you might understand what I'm saying if you've like seen Salvadorada or anything. But yeah, moral of the story is it's not supposed to stay on this lot, because you know how in The Sims sometimes when you put it on the gallery, the front of the lot changes? So like because of the old build that was here, I assumed that this lot was sort of like horizontal, as in the front was the wider part, and then when I went to upload it to the gallery, it was like, nope. And so the front ended up being like the ugliest side of the house, and it's like the right side, if you're looking for you don't care, but like that was the front, so I was like, no thank you, I'm not putting it on the gallery like this. It's gonna be ugly, no one's gonna download it. I'm trying to get gallery famous, like I can't do that if I have ugly builds, so I had to move it. I'm only kind of kidding, you know what I mean? But anyway, did I tell us? I mean, I know I've said the story a million times, but like back before I had a YouTube channel, my original goal in life as a simmer was to get gallery famous for my builds, and I was not good at building. So it's just kind of funny to look back on now, but yikes, imagine if I actually like thought I was gallery. Like imagine that was like my proudest moment. The source of all my pride is that I'm gallery famous. I'm not even gallery, like, sorry, I should stop talking. I love the idea of someone being like, yeah, actually, do you know who I am? Do you have any idea who I am? I am lilsimsie. Have you seen my builds? Isn't that funny? Okay, I should stop talking. I also really like how orange this build is on the inside. Like, I just think it's very fun, because most builds that I do are not this color scheme. They're all very, like, blue-toned, modern, well, not even quite modern, just more like contemporary suburban builds. And this is like this orange and red toned, like, beautiful jungle villa, and like, it's just very, very different from my usual style. So I had fun doing it. I need to do that kind of thing more often, because the landscaping, by the way, was awesome and just very fun to do. And so I enjoyed this one. Moral of the story is I think that I love Jungle Adventure. I love the build items in this pack. Like, I never use them really, and I don't know why, because now that I've built this, I'm like very impressed by them all, and I kind of want to use it more often. But speaking of things that I'm impressed by, not Virgin Atlantic Airlines. So basically, you guys, today, the day you're seeing this, I'm about to get on a flight. My flight's at 7 p.m., so it's in like 4 hours, to London again, because of Sims Camp. So they're doing an EA event in London this year for the new expansion pack coming out called The Sims 4 Get Famous. And so I'm getting on a flight tonight to go to London for like a week and test out the new expansion pack and things like that. So shout out EA for flying me out there. But if you didn't know, last time I went to London, yikes, I was in London in August for an event called Sitsi, Summer in the City. It's like a YouTube convention, kind of like VidCon, but in London and a little bit smaller, and it's different. You know how it is. But anyway, I was there for Sitsi in August, and on my way there, my flight got canceled and then eventually delayed and like rescheduled for the next day. So like a solid like 28-hour delay just on the flight. And then there was some smoke on the plane in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so we had to make an emergency landing at the nearest airport, which was in Shannon, Ireland. So, like, after the smoke on the plane incident in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, we had to land in Ireland. So, like, I almost died on a Virgin Atlantic flight like a month ago, 2 months ago ish, and I'm flying them again. And I do believe that Virgin Atlantic will not kill me this time. However, there's no way to know for sure. So I'll keep you posted. I'm a little bit scared. It should be interesting. I declared after my last incident that I would never fly again, which I was kind of kidding about because I fly a lot for work things and events and stuff, but like I was a little bit scared by that whole situation. Like the whole landing in a foreign country alone after almost dying in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, like that didn't really sit well with me, you know? And so I ended up getting to London. I was supposed to get there on Thursday morning at like 8 a.m. I ended up getting there on Friday at like 5:30 p.m. So just keep that in mind. That was how bad it was. That's how bad the like delay and the 7 hours in Ireland situation was. And then because it was so bad, Virgin Atlantic ended up, so I emailed them like right afterwards after my flight got like delayed a day because I was supposed to be in London for a whole day and I was just sitting at home waiting for a new flight. And so I emailed them and I was like, hey, I had to pay for a hotel and I had tickets to see Wicked tonight and it cost me like $338 for the hotel and the Wicked ticket. So can you reimburse me for the things that I can't use because I'm not in London right now because of you? And they were like, oops, yeah, sorry, we can't do that. Ugh. And I was very annoyed and upset about this because they weren't gonna pay me back. And then I get an email like a month after the flight situation, like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, I don't remember. It's all a blur, to be honest. But I get an email that's like, hey, sorry we said we couldn't pay you back. We're actually gonna reimburse you for that and also give you more money as a gesture of goodwill and like hopes that I would fly with them again. So they ended up paying me and also giving me like, I didn't realize this at the time when they said they were gonna give me miles because I was like, okay, give me miles, whatever. But they gave me enough miles to almost pay for a new flight and they paid me like the money back for what I missed and they gave me like $400 as like a, hey, sorry you almost died. And so like my flight was basically like halfway paid for and they gave me miles. So like, you know, I mean, it worked out, but also I almost died in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm fine. I'm fine. But yeah, flying with them again. So I'll keep you guys posted about that. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put on my Instagram story if we die again. Because I remember when we had to make the emergency landing, like picture this, right? The flight lands in Ireland. And when we look out the window at all of these people, so I guess this is like just common standard practice, but I look out the window and all I see are like a bunch of fire trucks, a bunch of ambulances, a bunch of just like people on the ground, like waiting, like emergency responder kind of situation. And so when you look out the window after making an emergency landing, and that's what you see, like all these flashing lights and like people like, and then once the plane landed, just a bunch of firefighters like boarded the plane almost immediately, and that was a little bit scary. So, yikes. Luckily, the only smoke on the plane was in the cockpit, so I didn't know this until they told us we were landing. But I now know, after getting an email from them about what happened, they were like, yeah, here's our full investigation. And that's when they paid me, was when they gave us this full, like, report of the investigation of what happened. Apparently the pilots had oxygen masks on and, like, a sealed front of the plane, like, almost the entire flight, because, like, so it had happened, like, just sort of past the middle point where it was too far to, like, go back to New York and, like, not far enough to, you were in the middle of the ocean, so you can't land. And so for like half of the flight, the pilots just had oxygen masks on, like disaster. Like, how terrifying is that? Oh my God. So shout out to them for not killing us. Loved them for that. Flight attendants, nice people, great job. Virgin Atlantic though, can you not kill me this time? And also, if you're scared of flying and stuff, just know that this kind of thing, like, never happens. Like, I've been on a fair few flights in my day, and this is, like, I'm imagining a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing, hopefully. But, yeah. You know, now I know what happens. I've had the experience. Almost died once, probably won't happen again, it's fine. But yeah, like, this has never happened to me before, and it'll probably never happen again. And like, my mom used to fly a lot for work, because we live in Orlando, but her old work that she used to work at was based in Chicago, and so she used to fly back and forth sometimes, and she only ever had one emergency landing, and it was like, they landed from Orlando in like Jacksonville. and so it was like a quick, like only in the air for like an hour, maybe even less than that, I don't know, but like she's only ever had one emergency. Like, it's not a big deal. These kind of things don't happen really, and when they do happen, they aren't that bad. Like, usually they're pretty good about keeping you safe. Like, that's kind of their goal, you know? So you'll be all right. You know what I mean? Also, remember when the Post Malone thing happened and he was like flying like some small like private jet or like small plane from New York to London, and they had to make an emergency landing, like I forget where, in like Boston or something, and they were just circling because I have learned after this incident that the plane is designed to like handle the impact. It's just the fuel and the chance of fire that's a problem. Like, the fire is what's dangerous in that situation. That's why they had so many like fire trucks and stuff around, because jet fuel is like a disaster waiting to happen and kind of thing. So Post Malone was on this plane that had to make an emergency landing because they had like some sort of weird, like their landing gear wasn't working or something. And so they were just circling around Boston. I forget where, I'm just making up Boston, but like they were circling around some place they ended up landing for like a few hours trying to burn fuel. So if they had to land, there would be less fuel to like light on fire and kill everybody. How scary is that? Sorry, this is not a fun speed build, is it? We're fine. We're fine. There's a lot. Think about how many planes take off every day without any problems. Like, the chances of these kind of things happening is so small. Like, you're fine, I promise. It's just a little bit scary sometimes, you know? But you'll be all right. A lot of people fly safely every single day. Like, if you can look up like live map stuff, right? Can't you? With like every flight that's in the air right now. Like, there are so many flights that go out all the time, and like everybody's fine. So if you're scared of flying, I'll say it again. You'll be okay. I promise. I don't mean to scare anybody. This is so bad. I'm sorry. I just had to complain about Virgin Atlantic. But also, they handled it well. Like, Virgin Atlantic, I'll give you that. You almost killed me, but you did pay me. So, like, it's fine, I guess. Not fine enough, but I do feel better now. And they were very nice in their emails to me. So, that's good. Except for when they first said they weren't going to pay me back. Because imagine, they delay my flight a day and a half, and they're like, oh, you paid for a hotel and theater tickets that you can't use now because of us? That's too bad. We can't pay you back for that. And then they ended up reimbursing me. So I got my money back for those things. Don't worry. But I had to like call the hotel and be like, yeah, sorry I didn't check in last night, even though I was supposed to. My flight just didn't take off. Like, I'm not in London. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, that was not so fun. And then I ended up being in London. Like, this is another weird flex kind of complaint, but like, I was only going to be there for like 5 days, and I was like 2 days late. So I got there on Friday night, and I left on Monday. Like, Monday morning. So it's like an 8.5-hour flight for me, and I flew that far. And all that money just to go to London for like, how long? A couple days. I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm okay. I've complained so much about Virgin Atlantic in the past. I'm just a little bit scared, okay? I don't want to like curse it, but I'm flying them right now. Like, as you're watching this, I could be on a plane. Like, we're fine. Everything's fine. I'll be okay. I'll keep you posted. But again, follow me on Instagram. I was saying before how I put on my Instagram story a picture of all like the emergency things when I landed. You can always catch that kind of fun thing on my Instagram. lilsimsie on Instagram. Do you want to see it? And also, I do stream my builds all the time. So this build, I streamed it first on twitch.tv/lilsimsie. I stream every single day, except right now because I'm in London. But when I get back, mark my words, I'll be live. But yeah, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I'm posting videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Also, I still have like a little bit of time left in this video. I shouldn't have stopped talking so soon. I just wanted to get my plug and then get out of here. All I care about is plugging my social media accounts. That's the only reason I'm here. And now my video is still running. Should I just like cut it off? I mean, I don't know. I guess. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to scare you guys. I didn't intend for this video to go like this, but I promise you that you will be okay. These things are not as scary as you think. I just sometimes want to complain. Love you.